Hello, and welcome to Tranquil Journeys. I'm Jennifer Pater, and I'm here with Allison Clement, and we are your instructors. Allison and I are both Reiki masters, and between the two of us, we have training in complementary practices such as sound for relaxation, massage therapy, Ayurveda, and Reiki. And we've been teaching and affiliated with Images of Hope for over 5 years to bring healing arts classes to cancer patients, their caregivers, and anyone affected by cancer or trauma in El Dorado County. We're so happy that you're taking the time to watch and join us today. And thank you for your continued support of our virtual classes and Images of Hope. We hope that you enjoy spending time with us today on self-care practices and meditation to unwind the spiral of anxiety and worry that sometimes exists within us. We hope that you finish our session feeling refreshed and nourished and guided by a positive outlook and mindset. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Allison and we'll get started.
Yes, unwinding the spiral. Um, I recently had occasion to pull out my whole anti anxiety toolkit because I was waiting for the results of some medical tests. And I think I'm probably not alone in this. We all kind of worry. We all want to control events. We all think we know the way we want our life to go. And if you think something might not, the anxiety might kick in. And I have some tips for you that have proven successful for me in how to not go down that rabbit hole, not go down that spiral of anxiety. So, first of all, I'd like to just suggest renew your or revisit your spirituality. If you have faith in whatever you believe in, my goodness, it certainly does help in those times of anxiety. So just a little reminder that maybe it's springtime, maybe it's time to revisit your spirituality, your practices, your beliefs. Give them a recharge, and I think you'll be happy if you do. Whatever your belief system is, just give it a charge up the battery again. And for anxiety, it's good to deflect that energy, to channel it in to something else, direct it somewhere else, maybe whether it's worry beads or a stone, rub a stone. Good time to start a project this time of year. It's gardening, even if it's a house plant. Do something to get your hands in some dirt if you can. Do something with plants outdoors. Take a walk. Think green. All these things are just wonderful for channeling your attention and channeling that anxiety far away from that spiral. I have a couple techniques for you that I'll share as well. And the first one is an acupressure technique. And the point is called the Sea of Tranquility. I think it's CV17 on the labeling system for acupressure points. The Sea of Tranquility, and it's an easy one to do. Great for anxiety, great for panic, and it's an easy one to remember because I was just talking about renewing your any sort of spiritual beliefs you have. Put your hands in prayer position. And when you do that, your thumbs kind of stick out a little bit. Well, use those thumbs against your heart energy point. I'm going to back up here so you can see me on the camera. Hands in prayer position. Bring your thumbs, those points on your thumb knuckles, to the center of your breastbone, right over your heart. And breathe. Put just slight pressure against your chest. Nothing major. Just make sure that those thumb knuckles, when your hands are in prayer position, are pressing against your breastbone in the middle of your chest. And breathe. Drop your shoulders. And that's all there is to it. That is pressing against the sea of tranquility point. And before we begin the guided meditation with Jennifer, I'll take you into a relaxed state with another technique that draws a lot from the practice of Reiki. In Reiki, we use the hands placed behind the base of the skull to relax and calm. And you can do a self-healing technique with that hand position. And for this, I'd like to acknowledge Kelsey Patel. And she has a website, an article on a website of MBG mindfulness and mindbodygreen.com. And because she explained how this technique was useful in calming anxiety, and I really love it because it's also very simple. So you use the Reiki technique of placing your hands behind your head. So make sure you're comfortable with your palms cradling the back of your skull. And then for about 2 minutes, allow yourself to breathe deeply and begin to imagine that your palms are sending healing energy. There are important energy centers, energy points in the palm of your hands. So visualize energy streaming from your palms and releasing the thoughts that no longer serve you and filling your mind with peace, light, and peacefulness. Let your mind soften. Breathe quietly. And then place your hands over your heart, another important energy point. And let that same energy of light and healing come into your heart. And release any energy there that isn't serving you well or that is causing you a burden, as all that wonderful light streams in with its peacefulness. And again, deepen your breaths. And then you'll find yourself in a peaceful place, I think. And I hope you're in a nice, restful state in which to begin Jennifer's guided meditation. I'll hand it over to Jennifer.
Okay, so let's continue sitting in our comfortable position and be nice and comfortable where you can relax and unwind and just let go for the next 10 minutes or so. We're going to continue to integrate the principles of Reiki, acupressure, and self massage with our sound for relaxation and meditation today. So, when you find yourself becoming overwhelmed with worry and anxiety, take a moment to just notice that maybe you need to take a step back and just observe and let yourself um, remember some of these principles. They're very useful and very important to help you during anxious times. And that's one of the favorite things that I love about Reiki. It's an ancient Japanese healing practice that is something you can easily use on yourself and others to really create a sense of calm and peace within yourself, even in high times of anxiety. So let's go ahead and begin to stimulate the energy flow in our body and wake up kind of the energy, the central energy points in the body. Just by light touch, we can really help ourselves feel better energetically. And the energy system of the body works with the physical system of the body to send energy and reduce stress within the physical body. And whenever we can do that for ourselves, we create an inner world of strength to kind of conquer all of the things we might be encountered with physically and mentally and spiritually. So, the first thing that we're going to do is just remember that K27 point at the collarbone area on the chest. So the way I remember this is just simply to put my hand over my chest, feel for my collarbones uh, on both sides of the neck, and where the thumb and index finger land, there's a natural indentation just under the collarbone. And so you can rest your palm and then your other hand just right on top of your chest and take a breath here. You can close your eyes if you want. This is a natural point to help reduce anxiety, and it's very effective. I've used it in the doctor's office before when I'm nervous or having to wait for information, or just in general if you're going to do a presentation or you have a lot of stress in your environment. Just take a moment to sit down and hold this point. You'll feel better after. You can also tap under the collarbone. If it feels better to you to use a tapping technique, you can do that too. And then remember the point that's right between the eyebrows. This is another extremely powerful point. A lot of times when we're stressed or anxious, we just automatically place our hand here anyway. But if you just do some light circular movements right between the eyebrows, you can close your eyes here again, take a breath. You can also hold that other point at the chest. Take a breath. You can do some light circular movements or just hold the point here, just with pressure that's comfortable for you. Feels great and better already. And then just stimulate the forehead and scalp by doing some light circles on the forehead, on the top, very top center of the head, the back of the skull. Allison already mentioned how important the points are behind the head. And it's really true. You're kind of awakening all of your energy, releasing stress at the same time that you're touching these points. And then just while you have your hands behind your neck, just give a tight squeeze on the back of the neck. Squeeze out the tension. Alternate sides of the neck, squeezing. And then just bring your hand across the opposite shoulder and squeeze the top of the shoulder. Help yourself, help your body release the tension that you might be holding on to when you're feeling stressed and anxious and worried. You tense up everywhere. So just give yourself a few minutes to squeeze out some of that tension too. And then we've done it before, but just brush off any anxiety, worry for this moment. And now we're ready to sit in meditation for a few moments. So when you're ready, just get back into your comfortable position, whether you're sitting in your chair, lying down. And when you're ready, just slowly let your eyes close if you wish. Notice your inhale and your exhale. Dedicate your time right now just to focus on your breathing. It's your body's natural tool that you always have access to, but it's very effective when you stop what you're doing and just pay attention to the inhale and the exhale. Let your body's weight rest on the chair or the floor. Try to feel a sensation of totally being supported. Imagining tension or stress or worry just melting away in this moment. This is your moment to be free of worry. You can think later about all the things that might be worrying you, but for right now, just give yourself time, time and space to just be. And as you are focusing on your inhale, try to feel the air going in your nostrils. Maybe inhale a little bit deeper so that the belly expands below the belly button. Breathe in through your nostrils and let your exhale go through the mouth. Maybe you even want to exhale, creating a noise in the back of the throat. This deep breathing really helps bring more oxygen, energy throughout all of the energy systems in the body, all of the points. Your breath ignites the energy in the body, recharging the energetic system, nourishing the organs and oxygen in the blood. And the exhale is releasing any toxins you don't need. any nutrients you don't need, anything that you need to have leave the body, exhales in the breath. Let your jaw relax, your shoulders relax, and just enjoy this peaceful moment that you're creating. Let the relaxation you're creating travel into the belly and abdomen, the back and your hips. Each time breathing a little bit deeper to expand the rib cage and expand the lower belly. Imagine any soreness in the legs, from the upper thighs to the knees, ankles, and feet, just releasing into the floor. And as you're continuing your breath, you're just fully activating your body's natural healing abilities. When you become more and more relaxed, your mind can clear, your body can drift into a peaceful state of being. And this is activating your response, your thoughts, your emotions, to just offer kindness and healing to yourself on all levels, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. You are so powerful and perfect, just as you are. Within you, there is great wisdom, insight, creativity, and solution. So now just let yourself breathe naturally and easily, imagining that your inner power and inner strength is growing. Your energy is glowing as you've done these little practices to brighten the energy flow within you. Imagine a beautiful light surrounding you and protecting you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And imagine this light radiates through your entire being, creating more and more space for positive thoughts, erasing anxiety and worry. And now let's integrate some of the Reiki principles and practice using them in our meditation. And so, with your eyes closed, place your hands, the palms of your hands on the top of your head. And you can say out loud or in your mind, just for today, I will not worry. Move the palms over your eyelids and take a breath. Repeating, just for today, I will not worry. Place your hands over your heart and say out loud or in your mind, just for today, I will not anger. Take a breath, let go. Move your hands to place over your belly region and say, just for today, I will do my work honestly. Pay attention to your inhale and your exhale. And finally, let your hands rest on your thighs. And just for today, I will be grateful for all of my blessings. And just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. And now, just sit and let this information sit with you as you enjoy the present moment and the sound of the bowls. And now I'd like to welcome you back to the room. Start to come back. Shift your weight. Again, press your shoulders down and back. Loosen the neck. Make sure to wiggle your legs, your feet, and your toes. Stretch your fingers out. And I'll turn it back over to Allison to finish up with some other amazing tips.
Okay, we have in this relaxed state the perfect environment to move the energy in a relaxed way with intent. And I'm a big fan of Donna Eden, and she has a technique I'd like to share with you, two techniques actually. And they're both aimed at calming the system, calming anxiety, unwinding the spiral. And this first one, it serves the purpose of interrupting the flight or fight response. And as she puts it so well, when we're in a stressed state, if we had some news that's upsetting or something, sometimes our reaction is to go, oh my gosh, and you put your hand on your forehead. Well, that's maybe an instinctive way of directing the energy flow to those important points in the forehead. So that hand on the forehead brings the energy there, even if you're feeling faint. This could help a little bit. It brings the energy flow to the forehead, interrupts the stress response, and there's an alternative way to do that as well. You could put your thumbs on your temples, which, as Jennifer teaches us, are an important point in calming the system. So you could put your thumbs on your temples, press just gently, and then with your thumbs on your temples, place your hands on your forehead at the same time. Just give your head a hug, your forehead a hug, and your temples, just like that. So that is one technique that she shows us. And another one is using the triple warmer acupressure point. And that one, let me adjust the camera angle. Let me get up here so you can see that area. You put your hand over your heart, another instinctive position when we're stressed. That heart energy center. And with your hand over your heart, you take your other hand and you tap the back of your hand just below, on your hand below your ring finger. So you can do a tapping here with your hand over your heart. Tap below that ring finger. So those are two very simple energy techniques. So the forehead, thumbs on your temples, and hold your forehead. And then hand over your heart. And just tap the back of your hand below your ring finger. So those are a couple that might come in handy someday if you're feeling a little stressed. Keep the worry at bay. So I will give it back to Jennifer for our quote and to end our class for today.
So thank you all for joining us. We are so grateful for your participation, and we hope that you give yourself some kudos too for taking some time out of the busy day to pay attention to yourself and notice what's going on in your own internal environment. It's so important to our health, and Allison and I are so grateful for the opportunity to share the techniques that we have found so effective for our own self and use on our family, friends, and clients. So we're so grateful for the opportunity. And thank you to Images of Hope as well. And please visit their website if you ever want to know more about any of their classes. There's so many great opportunities there for people affected by cancer or trauma. And to end our quote, you can see it here on the screen. And our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. And I just love this quote because it is just so true. We want to be in control of everything, don't we? So just a reminder from this famous person to make sure that you think about that when you get wrapped up in your anxiety. So thank you very much for joining us, and have a wonderful month until we see you next time. Bye-bye.
All done. Oh, Jennifer, can we start it again?
Yes.
I'm gonna start that again. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll just keep it recording and then I
It
can cut that part out.
it hit a mallet. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Let me just get that back here. Okay, let's start again.
Okay.